What's up, guys? Jim, the game guru, your video game and board game nerd, channel all about Switch games, board games, and VR. Okay, so there's a really cool set of mini party games that are available on the Switch that you can play with a cell phone. There are a collection of games from Jackbox Games that you can actually play with your cell phone or computer or whatever device actually has an internet connection and a web browser. And I'm going to go through today and kind of go over some of the ones that I feel like were really amazing. I mean, have had many game night sessions where we just turn on the Switch, fire up Jackbox, one of the party packs, and start going into one of the games. Now, so how the Jackbox games work is this. What you do is you'll fire up the game in your Nintendo Switch. Once it comes up, you can then, there'll be an actual code, right? So when that code is present, anybody can go to their phone, their cell phone, or the computer or wherever, and type in the code at a specific website. I think it's jackbox.tv or something like that. And then that'll be the room code that they can enter and then participate in the game. Now, the one other thing I like about this is that it's remote family friendly, which is really cool. So I know right now we have a tough time all getting together because of COVID, but this is a game that you could possibly set up with something like Zoom, some kind of conference call, and actually have the main TV screen being shown on the Zoom conference, and then everyone on the call can actually just join in via their phone or whatever remotely. Now, ideally, you want to be in the same room because that's what makes it a little bit more pleasurable. Because when you guys are all laughing when you're participating in the games, then it's just it's just better because you're all there. And you can actually interact a little bit more. But it is a set of games that you can play remotely if you want. So let's go into some of the ones that I actually absolutely love. Now, Drawful and Drawful 2, fantastic. This is a mini game where you end up having to draw a specific clue. So each person takes turn drawing it, and then everyone else in the group has to guess what it is. Absolutely hilarious. This is probably the one out of all the games that we played the most when we first started playing the Jackbox game. And then, of course, eventually there's always going to be some point where you're going to have people drawing dirty pictures. It always happens. It always happens that dirty pictures eventually come into play. Drawful is amazing. Drawful 2 is actually available separately if you don't want to buy the entire Jackbox party pack. Mad vs. City. Oh my god. That one was hilarious. We were peeing our pants when we played that one. Now that one is you are robots and you're competing. So each person is a robot and they compete against each other. And what happens is they rap. So there'll be like a beat that drops and the robots rap. And every player for the robot will type in on their rap, and then it will, when the battle commences, you'll have this rap in this robot voice with the beat. My God, it is so hilarious. Absolutely love that game. But it makes somebody like me being able to rap in a game with his robotic voice. It's just funny. And everything's like in brackets. So you'll have like a battle between two robots, and then the winner goes up and faces the next winner, and so on until somebody wins. Really cool game. Patently Stupid. This is a game where you draw inventions to solve a problem, and then you're pitching it. It's actually, that one was actually, there's times where that one's actually fun and funny, and then there's times where it's not, but for the most part it was pretty good. Monster Seeking Monster. That one is, well, you're kind of like having this date thing. Each person in the group is trying to message another person in the group, and they're trying to, their monster is trying to meet up with another monster to hook up. But I think for the most part, it was a fun game. It's fun if you start. It's one of those games. It's fun if you get out, like you kind of get a little bit more courageous and kind of think outside of the box and do some wacky stuff in the text messages. Because in the game, the monsters will be text messaging each other. As long as you do that, I think it's pretty good. it's not that great if you end up kind of being reserved in it. So don't be reserved if you end up playing that. Think about the most crazy things you can think of. Bracketeering is where you bet on stupid answers. People just will say stupid answers, and you have to bet on those. That one we played. That one was hard to get into at first, but later on it was actually pretty funny. Trivia Murder Party. So Trivia Murder Party, you have like these little voodoo dolls that represent each person, and you go in. You go into this trivia thing, and what happens is as the rounds go by, people will slowly get killed, and then like their little voodoo dolls will end up getting killed out of the game. And this got a really cool final part of the game where it's like you're trying to survive as much as you can before the other person, and the first person that dies kind of is out. So Trivia Murder Party is really good. Espionage. I thought Espionage was great. So I've seen some people online say they didn't really like Espionage that much. I thought it was fantastic. We've played this quite a bit in my family, and it has these questions where like you don't know. There is no possibility in knowing the answer whatsoever, and you have to guess a percentage. So there's some kind of wacky question like, how many people in the U.S. have air conditioning units in their house, or something weird, and you have to kind of guess a percentage, and then everyone else guesses the percentage as well. Some people say, oh yeah, so like this person guessed this much, but it's going to be lower than that percentage, or it's going to be higher than that percentage. You get points based on how right you get. And sometimes if you nail it dead on, or you're within a couple percentage points, you'll actually get bonus points. I thought that game was actually really, really fun. And I have no idea why people don't like that. I mean, it's maybe because the trivia questions are not easy to guess. They're not like something that you know the answer to, and they're just crazy. But yeah, absolutely fantastic game, Espionage. There's another one's called Quiplash, and Quiplash is one that people have thought that it's obviously pretty popular because they keep adding Quiplash in different party packs, and I think they have now Quiplash 3 in one of the party packs. I've never played that one. We never played Quiplash, so I have no idea what that's all about, but that one is supposed to be kind of popular in the Jackbox series that people actually really enjoy. Then there's the You Don't Know Jack, and that has been around forever. I remember that game since the dawn of time. It's like all the way back since like DOS and early Windows 95, 98. I remember early versions of You Don't Know Jack, and that was the entire game. And it looks like this company kind of basically branched off and became even bigger and started introducing all these games, and now they have this all online service where you can connect via any device and run this on your Switch, which is pretty awesome. So those are the mini games that we had a lot of fun with on the Jackbox series. There are 7 Jackbox party games. The negative about the Jackbox party game sets is first, their price. They're anywhere from like the low 20s to high 20s. I think it's like anywhere from $22 to $29 per pack. I wouldn't have a problem paying that amount of money, but the biggest issue is that there's either 1 or 2 games that are really, really awesome per pack. So if you want all the awesome games, you have to buy all the packs. And I'm not a huge fan of how they have that set up. I would rather see them either one of 2 things: either disintegrate the packs and make each individual mini game available separately. And they do have some of them available separately. They have like Fibbage XL, Drawful. I can't remember. Quiplash is one of the other ones that is available separately. But a lot of the other games are within the packs, so they should make those available separately for like $10 each or something, or maybe even $5 would be preferable. Or make one giant pack, put all the games in one giant pack, and sell the one pack for like $40 or something. That's how I wish the actual pricing was. But yeah, these are really, really cool party games. My family has enjoyed it. We've been laughing hysterically on some of these. And I have not gone into Party Pack 6 or 7 yet. I think the highest we ever went was Party Pack 5. But I highly recommend, if you want something different on your Switch, where you're not using controllers and you have a high number of people. I mean, some of these games you can play up to 100 people. Most of them are about 6 to 8-ish people. But even still, even with 8 people, that's a good group. And a lot of Switch games don't support up to 8 people. A lot of them will support up to 4 people, right? But yeah, if you want something that's a good time, it's a good trivia, good family night, and you're not gonna play a board game, and you want something on the Switch, then Jackbox party games are it. Easily playable by anybody as long as they have a cell phone. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Until the next video, I'll see you later.